Are you too depressed? Do you need a main character who can make you laugh? Then here are 10 romance comedy anime where the main character is way too funny. Let's go. Number 10, Fastest Finger First.
紙を落とさなかった?クイズの。そうだ、忘れてた。はい。
If this sounds like something from a quiz show, then you guessed it right. This anime involves tons and tons of quizzes. The story follows Koshiyama Shiki, who is invited to the mysterious quiz study group led by one of his senpais. And let's just say, it's like that time when that guy from Gamers was invited to a gaming club. It looks like it's tons of fun and games, but there are way too many weirdos in it.
この子って、おとなしそうな顔して、なんて積極的。僕には絶対無理だ。
This anime feels like the love child of gamers and Chihaya Furu. There are a lot of competitive quizzes, and the whole concept revolves around reflexes and finger speed. And just like any good anime, what matters is not the name, but the way the story is executed. Fastest Finger First has some great execution of this whole quiz bowl concept, and that's what kept me hooked till the end of the show. And the main character is pretty funny too. Number 9, Yankoi.
お前やあ、順平がさバカ
Time to bring some talking cats. Actually, it's all about our main character getting the ability to speak to cats, not some actual speaking cats.
だがやっぱりこれってこれでなんとかなりませんかね
なるもんかね
Our main character, Junpei, breaks the statue of a cat, and now as punishment for his terrible, terrible sin, he needs to do 100 good deeds in order for a curse placed on him to be lifted. Things get way better when he gets the ability to speak to cats, and the first cat he speaks to straight up goes and says, anyone who you reveal your ability to will turn into a cat.
このままだと猫になってアレルギー死けど呪いを解こうとしてもアレルゲン地獄あ、旦那
This show is one of those love triangle moments, and the manga stopped halfway, but if you want one of those quick shows to have a good laugh, then this is the show for you. Number 8, Oh My Goddess.
女神だって言ってるし
どうかなされました?改めてご挨拶を。私、お助け女神事務所所属。
Yes, this involves a goddess. How could you tell? All of the events of this story start when an innocent guy decides to call the Goddess Help Hotline. When you call this number, a goddess will land on your doorstep and grant any of your wishes. Don't ask me for the number because I won't tell you. Anyways, when our main character calls this hotline, he gets more than what he asked for when a goddess comes to live with him.
森里圭一様?森里圭一様?
今のも見てたのかい
Oh My Goddess is one of those old but gold shows you must watch. The art style might be a little outdated, but the funny characters in this show can turn your depressed mood into a cheerful one. If you need some good old goddess and human romance, then make sure to give this one a watch. Number 7, NHK ni Yukoso. Here's one of those shows where the antisocial boy meets the popular girl and finally decides to touch some grass. Seriously, touching grass isn't enough for this guy. He should dig his own lawn out and eat the grass in it because not only is he antisocial, he also has a complete antisocial disorder.
俺は好きだな風になれるよねあのエンジンの鼓動がたまらないなどう今度一緒にツーリングでも
Yep, this follows the good old popular girl saves the antisocial boy from his social dilemma formula, but the psychological and comedic elements of this show really make it stand out. The main character's whole there is an evil organization out there hunting me mindset is what makes him such an interesting character. Number 6, Seto no Hanayome.
逃げないかんのは長住さんじゃっけ。
俺がこのまま逃げたらサンちゃんが死ぬんだろ
そのことは気にせんでええけ。
気にするっつーの
Since we spoke about goddesses, why don't we speak about mermaids? You know, the kind who suddenly swims underwater and saves you from drowning.
引きずり込まれる何したいんだこの子は息が続かない
The anime starts when the guy is rescued by a mermaid, and now you might think, hey, that's a pretty cool, perhaps this girl can replace Amber Heard in the next Aquaman. But there are problems. The mermaid's father's a gangster, and he definitely doesn't like his daughter dating a wimpy anime character. So can our boys survive a gang of criminals while dating a mermaid? This is probably one of the most refreshing anime premises I've seen, and the way they blend in the comedy with these characters is really amazing. Also, this is one of those shows where the father-in-law is more comedic than our main character. Number 5, Great Teacher Onizuka.
16歳の若妻40まで待つ必要もねえよな先生どうかしたのいや
Speaking about anime teachers, next we have another teacher who is way too funny for his own good. Wait, did I forget to mention that this teacher is a gangster?
聞いてねえなてめえくそなんてムカつくやつらだこうして教師になるなんて大義名分がなきゃ今すぐに殺して
Here we've got one high school teacher who doesn't like to teach because he likes teaching, but because he gets to be with high school girls. But the funny thing is, the students at the school are even worse. They hate learning, so they use whatever methods possible to chase their homeroom teacher away.
手足を思いっきり伸ばしてもぶつかんねえぞ展示場のモデルハウスみてえだなチリ一つ落ちてね
This time, the one who always steals the spotlight is our teacher. Even this guy's facial expressions look way too funny. Once again, this is one of those old animes, so the art style might not be up to today's standards, but the characters and the comedic scenarios are enough to make you roll on the floor laughing. Number 4, Lovely Complex.
ありがとう大谷のおかげやわ
おう明日からも頑張ろうぜ
おう一緒に幸せつかもうぜ
Okay, it's not like I'm trying to promote old anime, but these are really, really good. This one's about a girl who's really, really tall and a boy who's really, really short. At first, they act like rivals towards each other, but then promise to help each other find a partner.
なんなん慰めてくれんのあ
何よ人が心配したってんのにそのひねくれようは
ひねくれもするわい
Yep, it's the good old Toradora formula, but the chemistry between these two is what makes the romance so good. We aren't here for romance, we're here for the good old comedy. This time, both characters steal the spotlight because they're equally funny. Their height differences always serve as some barricade when finding a love partner.
小さいから男じゃないんですってアホ
でっかくても小さくてもついとったら男なんじゃ
But when they both realize they have a taste for fashion and music, that's when the love starts to blossom. Alright, that's all I'm saying. I can't dive into spoiler territory. Number 3, Arakawa Under the Bridge.
そういえばお前濡れてるなえ待ってろ家からタオルを持ってくる
やめてくださいそんなわざわざ家まで
This should be called Weirdos Under the Bridge because every person under the bridge is mentally ill.
よろしかったらあなたのために家をプレゼントさせていただけないでしょうか
It starts with Kuyu Inachomiya runs in with some kids and gets fallen into the river running underneath Arakawa Bridge. A girl named Nina saves him, but this is actually a curse. Ku's family has a tradition of being indebted to anyone who saves their life, and now Ku needs to fulfill the girl's one and only request, become her boyfriend.
おい何言ってるんだお前
何ってお礼ですよ助けてもらったお礼
この星では欲しいものがあると人を助けるのか
Soon he begins to live under the bridge with its comedic people, and he soon realizes everyone here is crazy about something. For example, in the first episode, you see this guy who looks like a turtle, and the main girl of the show, she says she's an alien. Yeah, just make sure to take your pills after watching this anime. Number 2, Seikano.
分かってないそれ全然分かってないぞ加藤
分かってないかもアキくんが何言ってるのか全然
ちょっとそこに座りなさい
もう座ってるよ
It's time to learn how to raise a boring girlfriend. Megumi Kato might not be too popular in school like many other girls in this list, but her popularity charts among the anime community clearly show her as one of the most popular waifus one could have.
アキくん
俺のいや俺たちの夢のためにも今夜ずっと一緒にいてくれ俺を男にしてくれ
Saikano tells the story of 5 high schoolers who try to make a visual novel based on a girl named Megumi Kaito. The head of the team, the nerdy Tomoya, soon begins to understand the values of Megumi more than just the game's idol.
お前はキャラが死んでるんだよ。ただ単にキャラが立ってないだけなんだよ。中途半端なんだよ。だから目立たないんだよ。
Also, the final movie got released recently, and as a Kano fan, the ending brought tears to my eyes. No, not because it's a sad ending, but because it gave a perfect conclusion to each character and once again proved Megumi is the best girl. Number 1, Oran Koku Host Club.
そういわば君は勇者だ藤岡君たとえ学年主席であろうと君は学校一の貧乏人
Here comes that reverse harem show, which started all because a girl decided to break the wrong vase. It might start off as a comedy, but it is honestly one of the best romance anime I watched.
こういうことわざをご存知かな藤岡君郷に行っては郷に従え金がなければ体で払え
The anime follows the adventure of Haruhi, who accidentally breaks a vase in the host club room and later joins the club in order to repay the debt. The host club is a boys' club that serves as an enjoyment for the girls in the school, and it is filled with characters of bizarre and weird personalities that you'll immediately fall in love with.
いい男は女を喜ばせることが全てだ
どうでもよくないですか
This also handles the concepts of poverty and loneliness in its own comedic way, so expect the story to get a little bit deep when it gets to the final arc.